Let's move on.
Right, let's kick it off. I want to start off by talking about David Moyes. There's been a lot of controversy this week about comments made to a female reporter after a game. You know, I don't know if you've heard it, Ledge. Guys, have you guys heard it? But he's been a bit sexist or aggressive, whatever way you want to look at it. Obviously, I have my take on it.
I'm surprised he ain't been burnt at the stake. So terrible.
Well, that may
you can't make any comments.
That may still happen. So, you know, there might be time for that.
Or sack him over that. That's outrageous.
So what's your thoughts on that, Ledge?
Listen, if it had been a guy, would anybody be going on about it?
Okay, let me ask you this then. Would he have said that if it was Ricky Grover doing an interview?
I've said it many times to Ricky Grover. Yeah, I'll give you a good slap in it.
I'm sitting here with me.
Stop talking rubbish.
I'm sitting here with my eyes filled up now. He's non-stop having a go at me lately.
But it's bloke things. If Rick sees me and he goes, "Hello, Zane, you big dickhead. How you doing?" I know that he really means, "Hello, mate, I've missed you."
Yeah.
It's no offence.
No, exactly. I think. Do you know what I think about the situation? I just think, I don't know who the geezer thinks he is. Regardless of man, woman or child, regardless of who he's saying it to, talking about giving people a slap, you know, because you was a little bit, you know, it was a little bit risky or
a little bit fired up from another defeat.
No, but the funny thing is,
he? Who is it to say that to anyone?
Yeah, no, but he's not meant it, is he? So he's not going to slap anybody, is he? Let's be fair.
I mean, did you hear the actual...
No, I heard it on social media.
Because the thing is, when I read it in the paper, and I actually took the time out to dig a little bit deeper and listen to it, you got two different impressions. On paper, it sounded very aggressive, very, you know, like, whoa, mate, you shouldn't be saying that to anyone, let alone a female.
Yeah.
You know, but when I watched it back, it didn't really come across that aggressively. It was a little bit of tongue-in-cheek, and it sounded a little bit like
the problem is exactly that, Ed. Tongue-in-cheek, you can't do that anymore. You can't actually have a laugh and a joke you know, they wonder why these managers give out, you know, when they give their interviews, they're so boring, they're so dull, they're so straight-laced, and they just answer the questions. Because if they go and try and be a bit humorous and have a sense of humour and have a personality, they can be torn apart like this is really.
But I don't think he was being humorous. I think he was.
I found it funny.
But you would.
Is that PC? I don't know. I just found it quite funny.
But was it funny though? I mean, I don't see it as a massive. I think it was like a little throwaway thing. But he was half marking her card, wasn't he? He was saying like, "Listen, next time, don't
don't get above your station. Know who you're talking to."
And who is he to say that? You know, he's a manager. He's a football manager. You should be able to ask what you want to ask.
Well, I thought, you know,
and was she asking anything out the norm? You heard?
I don't know. What was she asking?
No, she wasn't asking anything out the norm. She just stated some facts about the team.
Obviously, derogatory facts, were they?
Well, I think she was telling the truth. They're shit.
There you go.
You know, and they never played well. But I think in the heat of that moment, playing devil's advocate, in the heat of that moment, I think he might have taken that personally. Rick, obviously, I'm not agreeing with what he supposedly said to her or
I'll tell you what I think. If that was my daughter, he said that to.
Oh, goodness.
I would have given him a smack round the ear.
What about if it was your son?
If it was my son, I would expect my son to give him a smack round the ear. You know, so it's as simple as that. I mean, look, I know everyone, it's all about being equal nowadays, but I'm a bit old school. I would still get up, give my seat to a woman or open the door for a woman. Yeah. I'm like that.
You and me both, Rick. Yeah, we've been brought up properly, haven't we?
Yeah, but you can go the other way. I opened the door 6 months ago for a woman at the door, and she went, "I can do that myself, you know." And I'm thinking,
"Oh,
yeah." And I've had the same. It does take you back a little bit. You've got to be careful.
Honestly, I sit on the train and I think, should I offer this? Obviously, the woman's not pregnant; she's not old, but should I offer her a seat?
Did you have your happy face on, your sad face?
Well, I can have both on at the same time, and me.
Yeah, see.
I'll be truthful.
Do you offer the seat? That's what I'm saying, because then she'll go,
well, you're only offering it because I'm a woman.
Yeah, because that's so. I think men are now.
Yeah. Sometimes did you say fuck
men
go
actually, yeah. What do I do? It's sort of like it's a bit of a.
I've tried it the other way around. I've got on, you know, on the rush hour with a long wig on, and made out I was pregnant. Nothing. No one moves. Just give me a really dirty look and look the other way.
I bet there was some topic of conversation around the dinner table. There was this pregnant woman had a beard.
Big lump.
Big lump.
That's where I'm going wrong. I never shaved, did I?
No, you should have shaved. You should have shaved. So do we sack him or does he keep his job?
Come on, let's bring a little bit of laughter back to football, surely. I mean, I know it's not something you should say. It's not PC these days, but they're under massive amounts.
I don't think the PC thing comes into it, man, woman, or child. But I think all they should say to him is like, don't start talking about slapping people for questions, because I don't think he did say it as a joke. I think it was a little throwaway thing, but marking a card, and I think that's what people.
But is he actually going to slap her?
But the thing is, I think if you heard a reporter's laugh, it was a little bit of nervous laughter in there as well. I think she kind of felt intimidated being in the room, which I'm guessing was mainly male-dominated room as well. So I think
football is a male-dominated.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
And do you know what happens? It happens.
But I think she kind of laughed out of nervousness.
It happens in my game as well. Is that people, they take on a role. Yeah. And as a football manager, you've got to be seen as being strong and tough and in charge. And they take on these roles, and they become what they're trying to sell everyone they are. And I think, and I don't, it's probably not that, because you see he went straight the other way saying, look, that's not me. And I think that's what happens. People get carried away with their acts.
Do you think if she'd have just nipped it in the bud and went, that's really intelligent. Did you learn that at Cambridge or Oxford? And just literally stripped him back there and then, we would not have heard anything more about it?
Or how about if she
I think he would have got even angrier.
Stuck the nut in, Rick.
Or how about if she'd have said, who are you talking to, you saucy bastard? I'll give you a smack round the ear. I wonder what he's
I think he would have laughed.
I'm getting really angry now.
I think that'd been funny if you'd have come back.
Yeah, that would have been nice. And then it would have been funny.
Humour again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, moving
Sorry,
on.
I'm weighing up.